Stores, and it is pizza time, where we eat pizza and talk about what's going on in the sports world. And typical, I'm talking about baseball. I mean, it's not really a baseball story, but there is this farm in New Jersey. It's called Von Thun Farms, and they have a corn maze, which has Mike Piazza's face on it, which I have to show you guys.
Actually?
Yeah. So it is his face, and under it says, "Congrats, Mike, on the Hall of Fame."
Wow.
It's a lot of work.
But the hat is messed up. It's not the real Mets logo.
No, it's not the Mets logo. It just says New York. I feel like that could get a little tangled.
I still give him a forever.
That's a lot of work right
That's
there.
crazy.
Oh yeah, so
That's pretty impressive.
he's being inducted into the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, of course, and so they did that as a tribute to him, and they will have that all fall. It's kind of near here, so it's in New Jersey, so if anyone wants to go, I will happily. Like, it's actual corn maze to go through. It's not even just for show. And they made the entire thing without like aerial view of it. So they just did a blueprint.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, it's
pretty
That's
insane.
really impressive.
So it's 6 acres, a 6-acre corn maze, and yeah, they did it based off of, I don't know, like blowing down the corn, and then they have some of it die, and they didn't look. They just drew a blueprint and.
I was trying to make Mike Piazza.
Yeah. So
cool.
super cool.
I wish I had that of me.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
In your backyard. In your backyard.
Oh yeah, they've done other players too. They have done Derek Jeter. They did someone who went to American Idol from their town. Just like a bunch of things. But I really love the Mike Piazza one, obviously.
Yeah.
So, if anyone's in the area and wants to go to New
Take a
Jersey, can see the Mike Piazza corn. Well, you can't see it really. You just have to go through it. And you can't really see it.
No, go through it though. Going through that would be like really fun.
Yeah.
No
Go
joke.
straight
Like, I'm in
through
Mike
the
Piazza's
ears,
nose.
into the nose. Jack for boogies.
Exactly.
So speaking of respect and paying homage to great players, Dirk Nowitzki just cashed out a 2-year, $50 million deal from the Dallas Mavericks to end his career.
Man.
He's been the cornerstone of that franchise throughout his career. He's one of the greatest of all time, the greatest international player potentially all time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Mark Cuban just showed how much he really means to that organization by giving him that $50 million contract, which he really, playing-wise, isn't worth, but for what he's done for that organization, I'd say hands down 100%.
It's the same kind of thing with Tim Duncan in San Antonio. He means just that much to the franchise. They won, multiple titles, and they're just a great organization. And Dirk Nowitzki, and that's just kind of a backhand slap at Pat Riley and
definitely.
The whole D Wade. He wanted $50 million and didn't give it to him. Signed elsewhere. So I'm happy that Mark Cuban made the right decision there.
Definitely knows what he's doing.
His guy, yeah. Pay your man.
His business ethics,
And then I'm going to talk about college football. So they've actually been talking about in the college football committee. They've been doing a lot of different things to advance the sport and make more money, obviously. And so they're talking about maybe expanding the college football playoff to 8 teams. So 5 automatic qualifiers from your conference, and then 3 at-large bids. And I think that it's a terrible decision because I don't want to see college football look like the NFL. And in the NFL, you can lose 4 games and still be the best team in the NFL. Yep. In college football, it's always been you lose 1 game and you're out.
Yeah, especially like late in the season.
Exactly.
Lose 1 game,
you can't lose in November and December. Like that's like grind time. SEC versus SEC. Auburn versus Alabama. How many games have been decided? Who's going to go to the national championship game? Alabama, Auburn, and the Iron Bowl. So I feel like you're watering down the entire competition of what the NCAA stands for, and it's turning into more of like this, basketball tournament. They make a lot of money on it. We're going to try and do the same thing. Yeah. I just feel like it's bad for the sport.
Yeah, it's taken away from the tradition, the culture of what the NCC football really is.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't like it, but is it like... It's not for sure. It's just proposed.
No, but they have been talking extensively through, maybe adding just 1 more team, and there's a bye, or I don't know how that.
So you don't like the 14 playoff at all?
I don't like the playoffs at all, because even though it makes there's 2 games now instead of 1, and you in theory it does kind of decide who the real national champion is. There's 1 team, but in the past, there's always been 1 or 2 teams that were undefeated, and there was never really that big of a discrepancy of who was going to go to the national championship game. And that's why ever since they started the college football playoff, I've kind of felt uneasy about it. just because you're watering down competition. That's not really, in my opinion, what college football is. And now it's getting into a whole big money market and just trying to make money off of
that's how
college games. So.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off of your football story and go to the NFL. I will preface this with saying that I am not a Patriots fan.
I am.
Big Giants fan, but I think this speaks to the kind of story that I'll be sharing. The ESPN just posted a video of Rob Gronkowski of the Patriots. He was teaching a Zumba class, which was hysterically funny, very lighthearted. Usually you see all these like pro athletes, namely football players, trying out dance and doing ballet, and that's funny. But then you see him teaching it, which I thought was just really cool. And he's running around with a headset on, and he finishes it by teaching them his famous spike. But it was funny, and I think it's just a great kickoff to the season to come.
I mean, Gronk is probably the only player in the NFL who nobody can ever hate.
No.
You get away with.
If you think about it, though, he's like the best version Johnny Manziel could have ever been.
Yeah,
yes,
he does his
Johnny
thing off the
Manziel
field.
ended up being who he was supposed to be.
Exactly.
That's like the high and the low.
He has his fun. He does whatever he does.
I hate the Patriots more than anything in the entire world, and Rob Gronkowski is still one of my favorite players.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
he has fun.
Brings it.
Like,
Yeah.
I want to have that much fun. I
He's
wanna
a
sing
big
on
kid
stage,
playing
fun.
professional
party.
football. Yeah.
And he really had fun with it. Fans loved it.
Absolutely.
He looked like he was having the time of his life. And
He's having fun. He's a great person.
You'd be a Jets fan, a Bills fan, and still.
I'm a Giants fan, and
Giants fan, and
I hate them, and I love Rob.
You can't hate that story either.
Yeah.
Anything he does really. What has he ever done
He was
wrong?
wearing the green.
it's just some like
Yeah.
light, like
Yeah,
right,
neon
like
shirt,
neon
he's
color.
got a
Right shirt,
headset
he was just
going,
He's really
running
To
around.
the left, to the right. Let's move.
Gronk
now.
spike.
That was
All right,
awesome.
so check this out. So Wimbledon was a couple weeks ago, and Serena Williams, she's one of the greatest women's players of all time. She won her 22nd major title, and this is big because now she's kind of solidifying her like legacy of trying to be the best. She's two behind Margaret Court for most major titles of all time. But in the doubles, she also won doubles with her sister Venus. But check this out. They don't really play that much, as a doubles team together. So they were ranked 251st.
Wow.
Granted, they're probably one of the best doubles ever.
Oh, absolutely.
So throughout the entire tournament, every win they got was an upset. So they played like an 8 team upset.
Upset.
I think in the championship they played like the 5th ranked doubles upset.
Come
I just
on.
think that was so funny because they're ranked 251st, but they're like
Two of the best.
Yeah.
they're like two of the best ever.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you have two of the best women's tennis, one of the best tennis players in general, one of the best athletes ever.
Yes.
In Serena Williams, and them two together is
It's just ridiculous.
lethal.
It's not fun.
It's
Lethal.
not fun at all.
Let us know what you guys think about these stories in the comments below. And give this a like if you liked it, and subscribe is in the upper left-hand corner, because that's super important.
Yeah, do
Twitter,
that.
Instagram, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. We have videos on this side for the past weeks. Give it a watch.
Bye, guys.